Welcome to the Straight to Jail podcast, written and produced by Brian Herring. Chapter 19, The Escape. The penthouse was eerily quiet as Johnny, Kyle, and Tony hauled Ramirez toward the service elevator. Ramirez's shoes scuffed against the marble floor as Kyle dragged him along, a little too cheerfully given the circumstances.
Man, you're heavier than you look, Tommy.
Kyle grunted, his cigarette bobbing precariously from his lips.
Lay off the foie gras or whatever rich assholes like you eat.
You'll regret this.
Ramirez spat, his voice low and venomous.
The broker will bury you all.
Johnny shot him a cold glare.
Oh, yeah? Tell him to bring a big shovel.
Tony cracked a grin as they pushed into the elevator. He hit the button for the garage, the door sliding shut with a soft hiss. The ride down was tense, the air thick with the weight of what they'd just pulled off. Johnny stared at Ramirez, his mind racing through contingencies. This wasn't just another bust. They were playing a dangerous game now, and every move had to be perfect. Kyle, on the other hand, seemed unbothered. He leaned against the wall and lit up another cigarette.
Dude, how the hell do you still have cigarettes left?
Tony asked, exasperated. Kyle grinned.
I plan ahead. Unlike you amateurs.
The elevator jerked to a halt, and the doors slid open to reveal the underground garage, and chaos waiting for them. The sound of screeching tires and shouting filled the air. A convoy of black SUVs blocked the exit, headlights blazing like a firing squad lining up its shot.
Fuck. Shit.
Johnny hissed, pulling Ramirez back as gunfire erupted, echoing off the concrete walls. Bullets slammed into the elevator doors, sparks flying like fireworks. Tony dove for cover behind a row of crates.
They're already here. How the hell did they know?
Ramirez let out a dark chuckle.
The broker knows everything. You think you're leaving here alive?
Kyle shoved Ramirez against the elevator wall, pressing his revolver to his temple.
You want to keep yapping, or you want to help us survive this mess?
Easy, Kyle. We need him breathing.
Tony called out from cover.
You need a plan, Johnny?
Johnny scanned the garage, noting the SUVs, the shooters, and the blocked exit. The broker's men had come prepared, but so had they.
Kyle, grab Ramirez. Tony, cover us.
Johnny ordered.
We're taking the side ramp. We'll circle back and punch through the far exit.
Tony popped up from behind the crates, firing off a series of shots that sent the attackers scrambling. Kyle grabbed Ramirez by the collar, dragging him forward as they sprinted across the garage. Bullets ricocheted off the ground and walls, the concrete kicking up dust and sparks.
Move your ass, Kyle!
He shouted, leading the way toward the side ramp.
I'm going!
Kyle yelled back, Ramirez's dead weight slowing him down. A shooter stepped out from behind a car, leveling an automatic rifle at them. Before he could pull the trigger, Tony slid out from cover, firing a clean shot that dropped the man where he stood.
You owe me for that one.
Tony touted as they reached the ramp.
I'll buy you a damn steak dinner. Now move!
Exclaimed Johnny. The trio sprinted up the ramp, dragging Ramirez along like a broken puppet. The sound of gunfire followed them, the SUVs roaring to life as more men piled out, shouting orders. They burst out of the garage into the night air, the city lights spilling over the empty streets. Johnny spotted their getaway car parked in a nearby alley, the engine still running.
Tony! Get Ramirez in the car!
Johnny ordered, turning back to lay down cover fire. Tony yanked Ramirez forward and shoved him into the back seat. Kyle jumped in next to him, panting as he slammed the door shut.
I told you I'm invincible.
Kyle said between breaths, grinning through the chaos. Johnny didn't respond. He squeezed off a few final shots, ducked into the driver's seat, and floored it. The tires screeched against the asphalt as they peeled out, the convoy of SUVs roaring after them like a pack of wolves.
They're on our ass.
Tony says, craning his neck to look out the back window. Johnny gripped the wheel, weaving between empty lanes as bullets whizzed past the car.
Hang on.
Kyle leaned out the window, firing his revolver back at the pursuers.
Come on, you bastards! You think you're gonna catch us?
Tony smacked Kyle on the arm.
Stop yelling at them idiots. Just shoot.
I'm multitasking!
Kyle shot back, reloading with one hand as he grinned maniacally. Johnny swung the car into a narrow alley, the walls so close they scraped against the mirrors. The SUVs barreled after them, headlights flashing like angry eyes.
We're not gonna lose him like this,
Says Tony.
Watch and learn.
Johnny growled. He slammed the brakes, skidding the car to a sudden stop.
What the hell are you?
Out!
Kyle started, but Johnny cut him off. Kyle and Tony scrambled out of the car, dragging Ramirez with them. They were barely able to open their doors. Tony dove over his door, positioning himself in front of the car. Kyle followed suit after giving Ramirez a hard kick in the ass to throw him over the door. Johnny threw the car into reverse, sending it screaming back down the alley toward the oncoming SUVs. Johnny shot out the front windshield and jumped out after pinning the accelerator down, with the pipe Tony left behind from their confrontation in the alley from Chapter 11. Yeah, you know the one I'm talking about. All of the sudden, Kyle's dick got so fucking hard and massive, he screams out.
Kaboom!
The lead SUV plowed into the decoy car with a deafening crash, the explosion of twisted metal echoing off the alley walls. The other SUVs skidded to a halt, drivers scrambling to avoid the wreckage.
Let's go!
Johnny shouted, dragging Ramirez toward a side door that led into an abandoned building. The three of them bolted inside, Ramirez half-conscious and stumbling, as the chaos outside erupted in shouts and sirens. Johnny slammed the door behind them, locking it with a heavy chain. The silence that followed was deafening. Tony collapsed against a wall, panting. Kyle sank to the ground, lighting yet another cigarette with shaking hands.
Well, that was fun.
Kyle said, voice trembling as he exhaled.
What's next, Johnny? Helicopters and tanks?
Johnny slumped down with them and glanced over at him briefly and then looked away, stating,
Jeez. Put your dick away, Kyle. Your fly is open.
Kyle looks down, staring at his crotch, his dick protruding massive, hard, and veiny.
My bad, man. I didn't realize that thing was still attached to me. I'll get him to calm down sooner or later. Then he'll go back in his cage. You gotta understand, though. We've been doing some shit that's irregular and taboo.
Kyle says with a grin, flicking his ashes all over the head of his dick.
Do you think this shit is over?
Ramirez says, wondering how the hell these fools have pulled this off so far.
The broker knows you're coming. You're dead men now. The entire city is coming to kill you.
Johnny crouched down in front of him, his voice low and cold.
Let him know we're coming.
Oh shit, I just came.
We'll deal with him next.
Ramirez's glare faltered just slightly, as if he could see something in Johnny's eyes that told him this wasn't bravado. Johnny stood up, turning to Kyle and Tony.
We all need to lay low for now. Regroup, refigure, and figure out our next move. This isn't over.
Kyle flicked his cigarette, grinning through his exhaustion.
Not by a long shot.